picture that you posted.
Yes, sir.
Did you know that it's going to have such a kind of reaction when you put it on Twitter?
A lot of people always actually ask me that question, that did I know that people were going to react like that? I think I knew, but I didn't
there's
know.
real Christians in your followers, you know?
Oh, no, definitely. The thing is, I knew, my thing is, my perception of my work and my music is that everything that I put out has always been within the hip-hop community. So if I put out a song, the hip-hop community is going to download it, they're going to listen to it, they're going to play it.
And they're going to respond to
And
that
they're going to
song.
own, and they're going to feel, to that song.
Yeah.
So when we were presenting this, we were looking at it as a conversation in the hip-hop world. I thought the hip-hop world was going to see it, and they're going to want to know what's going on here, So I don't know about controversy, but I think it was going to start a conversation. That's what I wanted to do. Or start a conversation around, yo, man, my entire life I've always been, on this journey to be like this person, because I was taught that in order for me to get to heaven and be with my maker, I have to be like this person.
Yeah.
But this one moment I wanted to express that I'm struggling to be like this person because of all the temptation and all the negative things that you see surrounding this good person. And so the metaphor is like, it's the same picture for everyone in the world, is that we all want to be a good person in the middle, but we're surrounded by all these evil things that you see on the side. You understand? And that was a conversation I wanted to have with the hip hop community. But media took the image and made it an explosion of something else. You understand what I'm saying?
People went like mad.
And they went mad and they lost their minds, and rightfully so. I mean, I think if someone actually just took something and they showed it to me without context or explanation, you're gonna get it without context or explanation. You understand? If the messenger gets the message wrong, there's bound to be problems. You understand what I'm saying? So when we did that and we put that out, we did it on a Monday. By the time Wednesday came, there was a huge, amount of confusion. Some people thought it was an album cover. Some people thought we were trying to be like Kanye West. Some people thought that we were anti-Christ. Some people thought this. Some people thought that. Some people thought this. Some people thought that. And the whole time we were trying to actually break it down and say, when you listen to the song though, that's not what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But it was beautiful. It was beautiful because it taught me, and it showed me the true colors of media. It showed me the true colors of people. It showed me the true colors of the understanding and perceptions that people have been taught. Conditioning, even the debate of, is Jesus white with long hair and blue eyes? Is that Jesus that you see that's white with long hair and blue eyes? Jesus or what? Are we going with the fact that he's Jesus, or are we going with the fact that that's the image that we had and we were told is Jesus? You know what I'm saying? And now that I've put shades on him, is that still Jesus? Because there's no way he'd be wearing shades, and there's no way he'd be having two asses on top of his shoulders. So it's definitely not Jesus. This can't be Jesus. You know what I mean? But that's an approach that I can't expect people to have when they see the image, because of, I don't know how it was presented to them. You know what I mean? When I look at the newspaper articles that popped off with that, I was like, you literally made the story sound bad to a point where this person has no opportunity of even wanting to hear me out because you've presented it badly. And that's the thing about the middleman in media, is like, it's very unfortunate because the people are smarter and cooler and more informed than the media suppliers. Because the media suppliers, it's very rare to find an individual who's just rolling around in his hoverboard and he's like, yo, that's Reason. Let's do an interview tomorrow. Let's tell these people about your album. Everybody else that you come and have a conversation with is like, so tell us about yourself. Tell us who you are. Do you have an album? This. Now, if you're ill-informed and you have to send the message to the people, what kind of message are you going to send to the people? And that's the problem with media. There's a lot of people in the media industry or in the media circles who we feed information to feed to the people, but the people are actually way more ahead than themselves. You know what I'm saying? And so when they send the information to the people, they send the wrong information to the people. And that's what it taught me. It showed me all those loopholes that we have in the industry, and some, oh wow, these things that people think are good for you, controversy, trending, making the whole world erupt and have a conversation about you, this, that, and the third. All those things, it's just like, what a lie.
So that post really made news. That post put the internet on a standstill.
Yes.
But the comments, man, they were the nastiest comments. Some of them were so rude. What were the meanest comment that you read yourself?
Sure. I read so many comments on that thing. The thing is, as much as I read a lot of mean comments on the thing, I read a lot of people who got it. There was a lot of people who also got it. There was a lot of mixed reactions. Probably the most drastic reaction I ever got, though, was on a radio interview, where I was doing a radio interview with Power FM, and one of these, and a Christian called in, and a Christian called in, and he lost his mind. He was mad. He was saying, "What are you doing? What's wrong with you? Don't you know that we are extremists? If this was a Muslim a person, if this was the Muslim religious figure, you would have been killed, and now you take advantage of the Christian one." And it was just like, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. I'm saying that. This whole time I'm trying to, and no, we will find you and we will kill you. I'm like, wow, this is live on radio. Like, they will find me and they will kill me.
This far now?
You understand what I'm saying? By that time, I'd actually gotten to a point where I'd actually realized what had happened, but the only thing that I had was the music, and that's the true reality of it all. Is at the bottom line of that whole entire experience is, it doesn't matter what great things you can do outside of music or what bad things you can do outside of music. At the end of the day, the music will always win, because that's what you are as a musician. You know what I mean? All that nastiness and all those problems didn't stop Yippee from being number one on the top 40 charts on 5FM. You know what I mean? It's not stopping us from having great relationships with corporates, great relationships with TV, great relationships with radio, great relationships with everything. It doesn't do anything. It's just a moment of madness that happens in a month, and then it just keep it moving.
So that post didn't affect the sales of audio redefinition at all?
No. It didn't affect the sales. I think it affected a lot of business to a certain degree. Only because of sophisticated clients and sophisticated market of their sophisticated market share, which is very, very respectful and understanding. But at the same time, in some other instances, it didn't affect much. You know what I mean? Like, we still worked with Sprite, we still did shows with Sprite, we still gave them business and this, that, and the third. We were fine there. It didn't really bear so much on everything else that we were doing, because a lot of my partners and a lot of the people that I work with pretty much understand the wave that I'm in, number one. And number two, they got it. You know what I mean? They didn't get the insults, they got the message. You understand what I'm saying? So relationships carried on, life carried on, our business carried on, and we moved on. Yes, we had like a bit of impact on certain areas where some people just couldn't, you know what I mean? It was just too much heat, too much debate. They didn't know whether we were going to win the conversation or lose it or that or the other. So it became a little sensitive. So they had to move away. We even, were in a place where it's like, yo, this thing is looking some type of way. Maybe you want to fall back, But other than that, there was also a lot of companies that we work with and do business with that were about it. They were just like, yo, man, we get it. We get it, and we get the conversation. Some even liked the conversation. I had one of my sponsors call me and say, why didn't you tell me you were going to cause so much shit in South Africa? I would have hosted the Last Supper for Reasus Christ, because everybody's trying to bury you, everybody is trying to kill everybody. We would have had an entire supper where we had the whole of media there criticizing you and trying to figure out what's going on. And because it's not ill and because it's not bad, it's not because it has no bad intentions, we had nothing to lose, you know what I mean? And that's the type of reaction, and that's the type of world that I found myself in, where I even got to realize that, on a client level, I need to associate with myself with people who are flexible enough to get what I'm trying to do and understand what we're trying to do. A lot of the times, where we can get into trouble, they see the possibility. Where we can get into situations, they see the non-situation. Where they see like, we might suffer underneath, they see the us rising above, you know what I mean? So it didn't affect